Modernism arrived to America at the beginning of the 20th century. After the Industrial Revolution and the invention of new materials like gas and steel, it was necessary to create a new architectural style according to the new era. Many architects surged at that time, became very famous, and originated a revolution. Walter Gropius, Frank Lloyd Wright, Le Corbusier, and Louis Mies van der Rohe were the pioneering masters of modern architecture. In this project I will focus on Mies van der Rohe, who also became the maximum exponent of the construction in steel and glass in the 20th century. He was born in 1886 in Germany. At the beginning of his career, he was asked to do only a few projects. However, they already showed the style that he will keep along his career. He proposed many projects in sketches that were never built. Between them we find a series of skyscrapers made of glass and steel that became the symbol of the new architecture. At the end of the decade of 1920, he built two of his most representative projects, the German Pavilion of Barcelona in 1929 and the Tugendhat House in Czech Republic. Both buildings have their structure made of steel pillars, which gives impressions of a free structure floor. For 3 years, he was in charge of the Bauhaus School of Art, that was one of the principal centers of the modern movement. In 1937, he moved to the United States, where he became the director of the School of Architecture of the Institute of Technology in Illinois. He built many buildings, such as the Lakeshore Drive between 1948 and 1951, and the Crown Hall between 1950 and 1956. His most emblematic work was the Seagram Building, built in 1958 in New York City. It consisted of a skyscraper of 37 floors made of glass and bronze. It became the paradigm of the international style. However, a few years ago, in 1950, he had built his masterpiece, the Farnsworth House in Plano, Illinois. It was a small vacation cottage made of pure glass. This house has been one of the most studied and criticized edifications of the 20th century. It consisted in two rectangles, the first one that works as a terrace and served as an approximation to the house, and the second one contains the house. It is all surrounded by glass, and the delicate use of the structure makes us feel that the house is floating. It only contains walls in the center, where the kitchen and the bathrooms are located. He designed every single object of the house, and this is when the phrase, "God is in the details," is applied. His architecture is characterized for its simplicity and for the expressive sincerity of his structure elements. He always maintained the idea that less is more and that God is in the details. His work always presented a geometric composition and no ornaments. However, his importance remained in the perfect study of the proportions and in exquisite elegance of the materials used. Finally, he died in 1960 in Chicago. Nevertheless, his style is still alive.